70% of all senior executives fall under the label of alpha males, according to a Harvard Business Review study. This means a majority of employees are led by men who are assertive, competitive, and results-focused. Even though we like to praise these characteristics, there are the darker characteristics of alpha males. The alpha male and their alpha wolf counterparts do everything necessary to stay in the leadership position. They lead by fear, harass the weaker, feed and care for themselves first. Now stop and think. The result of this leadership style is what we experience in our dysfunctional workplaces daily. So how do we change the culture? How do we inspire our leaders to a higher level of servant leadership? We demonstrate what it means to be an omega leader in an alpha leader world. Omega is the last letter in the Greek alphabet and is a fitting symbol for the humble leader. How does an omega leader behave? Christ gives us a great example in the last dinner he ate with his disciples. The dinner was a terrible team meeting. First of all, there's the continuing self-centeredness of the disciples exposed during the dinner, showing that after 3 years of training, they still don't understand servant leadership. Secondly, the team lacks respect for each other. A custom of courtesy in those days was to have the feet of your dinner guests washed as they entered your home. The roads were dusty, most wore open sandals, and feet washing was a gracious, refreshing gesture. Sitting at the dinner table with Christ is Judas, who will betray Christ in just a few hours. And finally, the rest of the team will desert Christ, not understanding his mission. The dinner paints a wonderful picture of a classic team train wreck. Something drastic had to happen to change the direction of this team, and Christ knew exactly what to do. He stands up from the table, walks over, grabs the towel and the bowl of water prepared for the washing of the dinner guests' feet. Then he walks over to the closest disciple and, assuming the role of a servant, kneels down and washes his feet. Then Christ works his way around the entire table to wash all 24 feet of these traitors and deserters. Why? Christ tells his disciples, "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." The Son of God just humiliated himself by performing a servant's task to his self-centered team. A moment the team would never forget as they lived out servant leadership. This is the Omega leader who knows how to lead their team to practice servant leadership. The Omega male acts humbly with all stakeholders, always striving to encourage servant leadership in others. Have you been blessed to work with an Omega leader? If so, I am confident when you have struggled with showing humility, you said to yourself, "It is something my Omega leader boss would do." This is how we change our workplace culture and lead a successful company.